it is art of influence person and group according to will. It is an individual ability. Characteristics of power. So it is individual ability, can be positive and negative, and linked with authority. Then comes the authority. So authority is right to give order and power to get obedience. It is defined by Fayol. Power to give obedience. Then power with legitimacy is authority. Characteristic is expanded form of power, centralized at high level, flow top to bottom, and delegated possible. Then source of authority. So constitution, law, and courts. Types. So line authority. Uh, then line authority is decision making, direct staff, and government department and ministries are uh, line authorities. Then staff authorities. So advise line authority, decision making advice, specialized authority, Niti Ayog, State Planning Board are the staff authority. Then the functional authority means power in specific situations, and limited power are there like RPSC, departmental promotion. And Marx Weber types. So Marx Weber classify the authority in three types: traditional authority, charismatic authority, and legal authority. So traditional authority, it is transferred by tradition, like monarchy in North Korea and Saudi Arabia, and the power in chair. Then to come the charismatic, then the followers due to charisma and ideal image, and Mahatma Gandhi and National Mandela are key factor. And then the legal authority, so transfer by legal means like constitution, laws provide by power, and best form is the legal authority. It is stated by Weber. Then comes the significance of this authority. So it ensure coordination, inspection, direction, and supervision, enable delegation of work, maintain effective discipline, and means of motivation. Then comes the source of authority are formal source, which are the constitution and rules and regulation, and behavioralistic sources are acceptance by subordinate acceptance theory. Then the competence ideology. So order of competent personnel is accepted. So limitation, what are the limitation of this theory? So technical limitation like lack of knowledge, and biological limitation like danger to life, and economical limitation like financial incapacity, environmental limitation like natural disaster, legislative control like motion, and executive control like appointment and transfer, judicial control as a judicial review, PIL, and judicial activism, and control by media, criticism by media, and sting operation by media. Then the difference form of power. So power, it is art of influence, and authority is right to order. And power is not legal, but authority is legal. Power exists without authority. Authority needs power. Power cannot no delegation of power, but authority can be delegable. Then power, there is no accounting link, but authority is account responsibility and accounting linking to the authority. The power sources are force, authority, and authority influence, and authority source are constitution, laws, and rules and regulation. So the next concept is responsibility. So the responsibility is obligation to do or not do work in a way necessary for binding power, linked to power in consequent thinker, difference from accountability. So, responsibility is personal and moral, whereas accountability is legal obligation. Responsibility apply to personal and general military versus accountability uh, is general versus military. So, responsibility is self consciousness versus the accountability is organization uh, con- consciousness. So, then after the what is the delegation? So delegation is transfer or shifting of work from higher to subordinate due to work burden or lack of specialization. Key features are the three element like work authority and responsibility, dual nature, decision of authorities, temporary nature, internal organization process, narrower than decentralization associated with hierarchy, accountability of higher authority, responsibility of subordinates. Then comes the type of this delegation. So, written versus oral, direct versus indirect or mediator, formal, rule based or informal, conventional, temporary versus permanent, and general, whole work versus specific task. So then the significance or reason. So the reduce higher authority. So reduce higher authority workload, promote specialization, develop subordinate managerial skill, develops administrative leadership, saves time and resources, motivated subordinates, help resolve technical difficulties, learning platform for subordinates, higher authority focus on important activities, increase span on control. Then comes the hurdle and hindrance. So the limited organization side, lack of human and economic resource, lack of coordination, lack of subordinate training, egoistic higher authority, lack of subordinate self-confidence, willpower, past delegation failures, and lack of trust are limitation of the hindrance or the hurdle of the delegation. So ideal condition. So the written manner associated with reward and award, unity of command, proper training, and proper resource management. Then come the difference between decentralization and delegation. So delegation is internal, decentralization is external. Delegation is by higher authority accountability, but decentralization subordinate accountability. So delegation no rule formulation by subordinate, but in decentralization rule can be formulated. The delegation person to personal transfer versus decentralization organization to organization transfer. Then the delegation is oral or written versus decentralization is written. Delegation is temporary and decentralization is permanent. Delegation is narrow concept, decentralization is broad concept. Delegation is administrative approach, decentralization is political approach. Delegation is example of ADM to STM, and decentralization is example state government to Panchayati Raj. Then comes this uh, legitimacy and delegation, and after that we have the finish this key concept of the public administration like power, authority, responsibility, and delegation. So